Drew, this is a big situation that is finally getting some explanation here.
Hmm.
Activision finally reveals the secrets of skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty. Grant Taylor Hill at Insider Gaming tells us more. Activision published an all-new Call of Duty blog post breaking down the ins and outs of the much-debated mechanic known as skill-based matchmaking. It was something that has been promised months ago, and although it has taken a while, the full explanation of what it is and how it works is finally here. In the lengthy blog post, it was confirmed that Call of Duty's matchmaking algorithms are composed of multiple factors. There's no one thing that determines it, no matter what some might tell you. It was stressed that when it came to matchmaking, the most critical factor is connection. Ping is king, as Activision said. In second place on the importance chart sits time to match, and then the rest of the elements fill in behind in no particular order. Activision explained that the bulk of the matchmaking algorithms in Call of Duty are focused on your, quote, delta ping, your proximity to the data centers, and how long it takes for you to match with other players. Those elements are fairly obvious, and what players are most interested in is the impact that your in-game skill and performance have on the matchmaking algorithm. It appears that is lesser so. Activision says, quote, skill is determined based on a player's overall performance, kills, deaths, wins, losses, and more, including mode selection, and the recent matches as an overall metric across all multiplayer experiences. This is a fluid measurement that's constantly updating and reacting to your gameplay. Skill is not only a factor in matchmaking players against appropriate enemies, but also when finding teammates. Yeah, that's something that we consider a lot when it comes to Rainbow Six, when our teammates don't quite match us. Reportedly, these algorithms have been in development since 2007's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. That's where I jumped in and main full-time. In stark contrast to what many players might feel they believe, Activision stressed that they use player performance to ensure that the disparity between the most skilled player in the lobby and the least skilled player in the lobby isn't so vast that players feel their match is a waste of time. I think we've all been in some of those where it's just rage quit to the menu, but that doesn't exactly help your case. At the same time, there's a mission to ensure that a variety of outcomes are guaranteed as far as possible. With that being said, and taking into consideration how long Activision has worked on these algorithms, the developers recognize that there is still a lot of work to do. Quote, we also understand that many high-skilled players want more variety of experience, but often feel like they only get the sweatiest lobbies. We have heard this feedback clearly and will continue to test and actively explore ways to mitigate this concern. Quote ends. As a final note, Activision did answer several pressing questions. Streamers supposedly do not get special treatment. Paid-for content does not impact your algorithms. There are no bots in Call of Duty multiplayer. I didn't quite think there was, but that's an interesting thought. Matchmaking algorithms do not impact hit registration, aim assist, or damage, and overall played time does not matter. Further to that, Activision has already run tests by removing skill-based matchmaking, and it proved that retention is much lower as a result. So don't expect that to go away anytime soon. There's a lot in that.
Yeah.
But we look at algorithms as a general as just kind of being a bit of a magic number that just kind of rolls. And a lot of the time it's easy to blame skill-based matchmaking for some of your teammates, some of the behavior in the game.
Even your own gameplay.
The 6, of course.
Right? Yeah. It's interesting.
Something that I didn't expect was the mode selection matters. And I'm not sure why or how that exactly works. Maybe if I dashboard quit and I go to another game entirely, it just kind of affects what I'm doing in team deathmatch. It's still quite a mystery, but I do appreciate Activision kind of attempting to explain it. Overall connection strength is going to be king.
Always, right? Ping is king. And I think it's cool that Activision actually took the time to say, hey, you know what? This is how it works. Everybody wants to blame somebody else for their horrible gameplay at the end of the day, and you know what? It really comes down to you. If you're not good, you're not good. Like, we're not all esports players, right? Like, I definitely am not that skilled when it comes to these kind of games. I'm in there for a good time, and hopefully I can pull out a win. Most times I don't, right? And it is what it is. But it just, there's a learning curve for some of it. I think it really what it comes down to. But understanding how the sauce is made kind of helps justify some of it and why they do the things that they do, right? The matchmaking thing is a huge thing. But the other day, dude, we're in Call of Duty, or we're in PUBG, and we'll be up against players with level 300-400, right? And they're like, whoa, man, really? You're 400? I'm only 100. Like, you're 300 levels above me. Well, that's a huge deal. But really what it comes down to is it doesn't make them any better than us. All it does is it just tells us that, man, you've played this game a lot, right? That's what it really comes down to. But if there's a ranked mode, that's where it changes.
It says a little bit more about us, I suppose, that we're able to play and match somebody that's a level that spent that much time in the game. It's more of a statement that we're okay.
Yeah, so there's a couple ways to look at it, right? But yeah, obviously the ping thing is a big issue of how fast you can move around and line up your shots and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, the team over at Activision is working hard, Scott, to make sure that all this runs as smoothly as possible. Everybody gets the best experience possible. Because why? Because they want your money for the next game. They want your money when you come back tomorrow to buy another skin. They want your money. Dude, at the end of the day, they want your money, right? When you don't do that by putting out a crap game. Call of Duty, you can say, oh, this game sucks. It does not suck. If it sucked, it wouldn't be at the top of the charts every month.
That's true. Well, if you think it sucks, just where's Medal of Honor to this day? Which one was stronger? Man. It's not the Medal of Honor was bad, but to say that Call of Duty sucks when it's the Survivor, that's just not right.
Nope, absolutely. But yeah, I always love getting a little insight from the devs themselves. This is really much appreciated. I think it's cool.
No, the importance is really that you're not going to die. You're not going to lose every single time. You're also not going to win every single time because that's just boring and people don't stay.
No, it's true, right? And if you lose, then learn to lose.
Yes, that's important. That's important for everybody, no matter who you are or where you are.
Yeah, you don't need a participation ribbon. Just play the damn game.